Hi everyone, today I'm going to do some printed tissue papers. Now if you've got some like this is the Tim Holtz tissue paper, I got it in Happy Mail. I don't have them here to buy. This is from Flying Tiger, so that's great, but you can do your own, and it well it would be better, I think. Used to go and try and buy all kinds of stuff. Now I prefer to do my own. So I've got here some tissue paper. It came in this large sheets of paper, but what I've done is just folded it each time in half and just cut it until I reached the size that was good for me. You can work on a whole sheet or you can work on smaller one. I'm going to do several kinds of printing today. I am going to do with some ink pad and all kinds of bought stamps, and I am also going to use plain acrylic paint with handmade and found objects, handmade stamps and found objects that you can make marks. I'm also going to show you how to put it in an accessible way and so it would be organized. So let's start. First one, of course, if you've got all kinds of stamps and ink pads, then you can use that, and I'm starting with it only because it's easier and it's less messy. When you're using ink pads, find ink pad that is permanent, like archival ink, stays on, Memento. I'm using today archival ink just because I have this big ink pad, and I've chosen all kinds of stamps. Most of them are from AliExpress. This one is from Stamperia, and I'm most of the time I'm choosing things that are large, so I won't be here all day stamping away. Of course, if that's what you like to do, go for it. So I'm starting with this large stamp. I think this one I got from the website. I think it was In Love Art, something like that. And what I like about it, that I have some text in the background and some flowers. So I'm just stamping away, and I like to go in all directions and just fill the page. Well, I haven't put enough ink, but I don't care. Now, why am I making these printed papers, tissue papers? It's because I like to use them as a very quick starter for a background. Now, of course, you could, if you are starting an art journal page, you can stamp directly on your page, but sometimes I just want to tear some piece of printed tissue paper and glue it down, and that's the starter for my page. As you can see, I didn't even lift the stamp from the acetate. Don't need to. And just moving on to something else now. You can decide on one theme for your page, or you can decide to do all kinds of stuff. If you want, it can be only butterflies, or it can be all kinds of stuff. Whatever floats your boat. I really like all kinds of text. And so that's what I'm using. It really doesn't matter. I'm just having fun with it and showing you how easy it is to create your own stamped tissue paper. I need to re-ink this ink pad. I've also got Memento Tuxedo Black. Maybe this one will be darker. Good enough for me for right now. Okay, let's pick something else. Let's do a dragonfly. I can also, there are sets that come like, let's see, something like that. Sometimes I will just ink all of this and just print it as is. Even this, I can just ink all of it and print it on the page as is. Let's do that. I'm just doing one example, and I like overlaying. Yeah. I don't have to use all of it. I can use part of it. Up to you. Just have fun. That's the most important thing. Yeah. So this is one more thing, and well, what else? Let's take this Stamperia stamp. Next page, I'm gonna do acrylic paint, so you can see that you don't have to have all kinds of expensive stuff to make a printed tissue paper. Now you can do this also on the white backing of paper napkins. I do it on the backing of paper napkins when I want to use it as a focal point, not as a background, because the white backing of a paper napkin, when glued to your page in your art journal or whatever mixed media project you are doing, it will disappear into the background. So that's one way to go about it. Okay, so I have one printed. Now you don't, if you want, you can also print on other colors of tissue paper. I've got here like this one, which is on yellow, and here I didn't overlap the stamps. They are just spread around. Another way to go about it, I've done it a long time ago. This is what was left of it. So I'm taking now away the both stamps, because I want to show you how easy it is to do other stuff with what you have. Tissue paper has a lot of the time one side that is very smooth and one side that is not. This is a little bit glossy, this one not. I prefer to stamp on the not glossy, not smooth surface. So let's move things here. Too much stuff going on. And now I'm taking black acrylic paint, a brayer. Oops. Let's hope I'm still in frame. Okay. And this is just craft foam. It's easy to spread the acrylic paint on it. If you have a gel plate, it's also another way to go about it. And let's start with something. Now, found objects, there are so many of them, like, and I love to use all kinds of silicone found objects like trivet and coaster. I'm using them to print a lot of the time. I have dried paint here that I didn't clean so good. So let's start. I'm putting down some acrylic paint. I don't think I'm going to use this now. It's just a little bit too large for me, and I'm spreading it on the craft foam like so, taking the silicone coaster and printing, and you can go on and print like so. So this is one thing. Of course, there are all kinds of circle objects that all around you that you can use. All kinds of caps, lids, all kinds. And again, just have fun with it. Let's see, what else do I want to do here? Okay, so next, another thing to use I've got here. This folder has all kinds of handmade stamps. These are from I think gaskets. They are called these rubber thingies, and all these stamps are made from craft foam or just all kinds of foamy stuff that are either made dense or cut to size or shape. So lots of stuff that you can use. Another thing that you can use, there are all kinds of foamy mats for shelves that you can cut and use as stamps, and all kinds of stickers for kids that are made from craft foam, so you can use that. And let's see what else. There are two craft foam that is already like embossed. It's usually for craft for kids, so it's also makes great stamps. Another thing is bubble wrap, and basically anything can make an interesting mark. Even the bottom of your shoes and flips, flops, and all kinds of stuff. So just taking this and stamping away. Now you can make it as with a lot of prints. You can leave it as is. It's up to you what you like. I want more circles to go around here. That's the inside of embroidery thread. So as you can see, you can find all kinds of stuff all around to use. I'm already in love with this printed tissue paper. Okay, so moving this aside, just what else? Okay, so just one more, we'll do just one more. Now you can also do the same thing, and you can do some symmetrical stuff. It doesn't have to be like I've done. I'm spreading the acrylic paint. I can decide on making tissue paper with something that is more organized, symmetrical, patterned, whatever you want to call it, like so. See how easy it is. I can decide to change in the middle and switch to something else. Let's see, what else do I have here? Circle wise, I think I need to put more paint. I'm going to do this page, and then I'm going to show you several options for storage, accessible storage for the tissue papers. Just spreading the circles. I can switch to something else. Let's see, something interesting. Like I have this, this is from plastic packaging. Oh, I really like it. And what else? Let's find something else. Oh, I've got another, this one with like oblongs. And what else? Let's see. I've got this silicone thing, which is for, I don't know, I think for scrubbing the dishes or whatever. This works beautifully on a gel plate. So if you have it, it's just great to use on a gel plate. Look at that, how beautiful this is. Okay, moving this aside and moving the paint aside before I find myself in it. Okay, so storage. Basically, what I want to make is something like this. This is a hardcover from a book. I just gutted the book out and covered it and embellished it, and then put some elastic here, so I can put all kinds of painty papers, collage papers. Usually I put here some my gel prints, like I will take a gel print and put it like this. I can go by color, and I've got three elastic bands here, so I can put like all the blueprints here and then move to other colors, or by theme, whatever you want. So this is the basic thing that I want to do. Now the prints that I've done are a little bit bigger than this one, so I'm not going to put them here. So I went looking for other stuff to use. Now of course I can take another book that is big enough for this and gut it out. You just cut here and remove the inside, but I didn't want to use the book. And what I'm going to use is, where is it? Where did I put my cardboard? You can use, of course, all kinds of packaging, like cereal packaging. So I can just trim it to size and make for this, and that's what I'm going to do today. And of course there are all kinds of packaging that you can use. If not this, then there are all kinds of folders that you can use, like this. You can just stick the papers in it, or you can trim it and again do the same thing with elastic band in the middle. So lots of things that you can use. I'm going with the cereal box just so you can see how easy it is, and it's accessible and anyone can make it. So I'm just going to start by cutting the box. I'm not going to spend too much time on decorating it. It's just something that is going to hold all my tissue paper, and that's it. So it's gonna be real quick. So I'm just eyeballing it. I'm gonna cut here, and let's take a permanent marker, and I'm going to do the cover just a little bit bigger than my tissue paper, so it will protect the tissue paper. And let's see, up to here. Okay, so as I said, eyeballing it. I really don't going to spend a lot of time on it. Just going to put this here and take a ruler and utility knife. Okay. And here. I'm not, as I said, I'm not measuring or anything, just eyeballing it. It's good enough for me, but you can measure if it makes life easier for you. Here we go. So now you can decide which will be the outside and which will be the inside. And this side is glossy, so if you want to paint on it, I recommend sanding it a little bit, putting gesso and then painting. As I said, this is not something that I'm going to waste a lot of time on. I'm just going to, I think, put touch paper on it. I think it's called touch paper. It comes in rolls and it has the sticky back. So that's what I'm going to put here on this side, because I just don't want to deal with the glossy side of the cereal box. So approximately, and I'm cutting it. Of course, decorate however you want. So now I need to peel this. Okay, I'm starting like this. Let's hope I've put it straight. And I'm gonna try to adhere it without any bubbles, but doesn't really matter for me. As I said, just, and I can lift it if it wrinkles. Let's take a plastic card, maybe it will be easier. You see, I have a wrinkle here, don't care. Continuing. Don't know why it got this crease here, but never mind. So I'm just gonna continue adhering it to the back, and I'll be back. Okay, so from this side I have the touch paper, the other side I just glued some wrapping paper I had. Now I'm just taking some elastic band and going here in the middle. You can do as many as you want. I'm just going to put one. That's enough for me. And of course you want to create some tension so it will hold whatever papers you're putting in. And I'm just doing a knot here. If you want, you can also decorate the end of the elastic band. And now all there is to it is to take the tissue paper and insert it here. Just like that. Now, another thing to that you can do on tissue paper is you can stencil on it. So now I have this already all sometimes I get stuck. It's ready to use as a starter for a background. So this I stenciled. Here I done another stamping on the tissue paper. And one last thing that you can use is permanent markers. They are cheap, they are accessible, and you can do freehand whatever design or pattern you want and have another tissue paper, interesting tissue paper to use. So this is it. I hope you liked it. Thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments down below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.